boy. but I felt kind of faint, and I just collapsed, fell over and hit my head on the wall here. It wasn't on, thankfully,
Ooh.
and busted my eyelid open.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How come you fell over?
because I fainted. Say I fainted while I was sitting on the toilet.
Oh, why did you faint though?
Well, because like I said, I had food poisoning, and I guess it was
Oh.
just yeah. All of a sudden, I had a fainting spell. Boom,
Hmm.
fell flat over. I get the stitches out on Tuesday.
Oh wow.
Show you my Yeti Rambler, 20 ounce.
Ooh, nice.
$30.
Oh man, Gotham has been good too.
I've been missing Gotham. I've not been watching. I need to play catch up with it.
You need to play catch up. Yeah, Penguin was running for mayor,
Oh, just like in the movie, the Batman
just like in the
Returns
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even customized it. I put a Olympic Project sticker on it, which I got from the guys at Olympic Project when I was at Beachfoot.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I sent it to Ellen. She saw it, so we'll give her some time to come in. Oh man, Walking Dead. I'm glad what they did because season 6 was just absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad they brought Negan in. Negan's going to be
Mm-hmm.
great. Negan is going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Well, the minute he debuted at the end of season 6, I said, "Now this is the guy who's going to change the dynamic of the show and the direction of the show."
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna be. Yeah, this is. Oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of reaction videos to the deaths
Oh
on
yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, I did not notice when I first watched the episode, but I've noticed it from watching the reactions video. After we see Glenn's body laying on the ground with his head basically turned into hamburger, we see his left hand twitch.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. That was great. I'm surprised they did it as brutal.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
surprised. Really surprised. But I cannot wait until this season. I think season 7 is going to be a great season. It's
You
going to be the
know,
strongest.
they actually did shoot the cliffhanger of season 6 with Negan. They shot it two ways. They shot it one with shit and all that, and they shot a completely uncensored version where he's saying fuck and all that. So,
Hopefully, the uncensored will be on Netflix.
well, it's on Blu-ray. They have the uncensored version on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, great. But
The
season
Blu-ray for
7.
season 6 of The Walking Dead, that
Mhm.
episode has all the cussing and stuff in it. So just like with Negan in the comics, because he says he drops quite a few f bombs in the comics.
Yeah, but even though they tone him down a little bit, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
Oh
It's just
boy,
going to be
he
he's
is,
just going to be that great.
and they picked a great actor to play him too. The comedian from Watchmen. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's going to
Oh
his
yeah.
Negan's death is going to be great too. It's going to be fun seeing him, and it's going to be fun seeing him to die. Although he's not going to die anytime soon, which I'm glad about that.
I think he's going to be around a while, maybe at least 2 or 3 seasons. They're not going to kill him. They are not going to kill
Yeah,
him off this season. Ain't no way.
no. I mean, if they do, I'm done. Because all that hype and all that build up, come on, just to kill him off for the very first season.
Uh-huh. And one thing, I've seen the comic book version also of Glenn's death, and they almost took it panel for panel from the comic book.
Oh, Greg Nicotero is great at special effects.
Oh yeah, and he directed this episode too. So
And he's going to direct tomorrow's too. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and Ellen can jump in whenever.
yeah, let's do it.
All right, we are live. It's been 6 months. It's been
It
6 months,
has.
and
It's
my
been a
God,
while.
what
Yeah.
a 6 months it has been. You
Oh
have
yeah.
Donald
Oh
Trump,
yeah.
who's on the verge of becoming president. You have Hillary Clinton. She's, skimpering in her pantsuits because of this FBI bombshell. And then you have the
We have 10
return
days to.
of The Walking Dead, and 2 people died. And now we're going to talk Breaking Bad as well. But let's get with the Walking Dead first, because that was the most brutal episode.
One thing we forgot to
Everybody loves The Walking
mention.
Dead.
One thing we forgot to mention. 10 days to the election. Get out and vote, people.
Get out and vote. Vote Trump.
But
hopefully. But anyway, but let's get back to The Walking Dead. And speaking of Hillary
oh.
Clinton, I just had to do that. The Walking Dead. Anyway, so 2 people died in The Walking Dead, and hey,
Here
Ellen.
she is. Can she hear us?
How's it going?
Hey, Ellen, can you hear me?
Hey.
Can you hear me, Ellen?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we'll discuss The Walking
wait a
Dead
minute.
first,
Okay.
and my God, I love that episode. Great first episode for the season.
And the episode was titled "The Day Will Come When You Won't Be."
Yeah, the same exact quote the doctor said in the last episode of the very first season, right?
Dr. Jenner. That's what he said to Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You will regret.
So, episode. Whoa. Yeah. I know. We were pissed off. We were yammering on and on about the cliffhanger of season 6. We
Yeah,
didn't
I
like
was
the way it
severely
ended.
pissed about the cliffhanger.
Not like the way it ended.
Yeah.
Because remember, they built up Negan to be this awesome badass.
Yeah, so here's the thing. With the very first death that they showed was Abraham's. I felt that they could have done that for the last episode.
They could have.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. Otherwise, the cliffhanger really wouldn't have been that justified. Because then you come back and it's like, okay, Glenn's dead. This way, they faked us out. Well, not all of us. Some of us knew exactly what was going to happen. But for people who don't seek spoilers, I mean, it honestly looked like it was going first to Rick, which you know is not going to happen, but it did look that way. Then Abraham gets it. Then Daryl punches Negan, and it looks like he's next on the chopping block. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, there goes Glenn. And, you know, people are expecting one death, and they figured Glenn was safe. It's the only thing that justifies this fake out.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we remember, you know, it looked as if perhaps Glenn was being killed off last season.
Yeah, just a few episodes back.
Well, Nicholas shot himself and fell on top of him, and we saw someone, which we thought was Glenn, getting their guts ripped out. And then we find out about a month later that he actually crawled under the dumpster.
Yeah, but even that fake out wasn't that good. I mean, I had that one down. Well, not on the first view. But then after that, I realized there's a reason that dumpster has such clearance from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that guts don't come from your neck. Your bowels are not up there.
Mm-hmm.
Or your chest. So, that was kind of a bad fake out.
Yeah, I don't know why they did the fake out. I think that fake out was just... It wasn't necessary.
Yeah, some have joked that, Glenn was able to get under the dumpster before Negan hit him with the bat.
Well,
he crawled under the RV.
What really made that fake out the worst was that, what was I going to say? That they dragged it on.
Yeah, they did. They took off the credits for Stephen Wynn and all that.
Yeah. They really made it seem like he was gone, and then we find out 4 weeks later he's under the dumpster. It was kind of a cheat, you might say. It was kind of a cheat.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah, this was a great episode, but I can't say I liked it. I mean, because of what happened.
Oh, I liked it.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
I liked it.
And I understand that this show is gonna be sad, but this is rough for fictional characters, I gotta say.
I mean,
well, the reason I like this because it's advancing the story forward, and now we realize that no major characters are safe. We now know that anybody can be killed off at any time on this show.
Yeah.
That's the way this show...
Some people actually predicted it. It was too predictable for the deaths. Glenn and Abraham.
Well, yeah, it was more than just predictions, though.
Because back during the summer, they said there's going to be 2 people. Greg Nicotero said that, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan said that in an interview.
When I heard, yeah. Mm-hmm. When I heard 2 people, yeah, I thought that makes sense. That makes so much sense. And I didn't even read all of the spoilers that people put together. I mean, you could see, if you wanted to, that Kudlik and Yoon were not in any episode but one. Mm-hmm. They were done. And that the order would have to be Abraham then Glenn.
Yeah.
That's just my extrapolation.
The one thing about Abraham is Denise got his death.
Right.
Denise, the eye, Abraham was the one that got the arrow through the eye in the comics.
Yeah.
Right.
They said that the creator, I forgot his name, but he said he hated
Kirkman,
yeah, he said he hated Abraham's death in the comics. So this is a way to make his death a little bit better.
He hated his death in the comics? It was the same exact thing, except for
Kirkman hated Abraham's death.
He
hated how he killed him off.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. How he killed off Abraham in the comics, so he wanted to make it a little bit more, have a little bit more meaning. And of course, Abraham, he went out like a champ, suck.
Yeah.
One-liner, and then boom, he's done.
That was a classic. God. Even being beat to death, that was a classic Abraham moment.
And his peace sign to Sasha.
Yes. I didn't notice that until I saw a still photograph of him doing that.
I know. So much is happening so fast. You're looking at his face, and yeah.
Yeah, it's worth to rewatch to see all the little stuff you missed.
Yeah, as I was telling Shane, Ellen, I've gone back and watched reaction videos from people on YouTube.
I've watched a couple of those.
I saw things that I missed in the original episode. Glenn is laying there on the ground. His head is basically hamburger.
Ugh.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this was a brutal episode, and I'm surprised they went that far in this episode.
Okay, that's where I don't think this is any more gory than any other Walking Dead episodes. There's so many awful gross things. It's just that it's characters we really are invested in. Mm-hmm. I mean, look how Noah went. was that not disgusting and gruesome?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, almost arguably more so. It's you know, and even some of the stuff that happened in the episode, like walkers getting their skulls shot off by Negan, and you see the brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah.
the backlash about that, though.
Do you know there was a head bashing on another popular TV series this week? Blew my mind.
Who was it?
Oh, it would be so spoilery.
No, what was the show?
I
What
would.
show was it?
All right, I can say the show as long as I don't say who. American Horror Story.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
Oh,
3 days later, a horrible
I
head
know
bashing.
that John Carroll Lynch was on that show at one point. American Horror Story.
Who's that? I wish
He
I knew who
played
that was.
He played Eastman. Remember Morgan's mentor?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I remember Eastman, yeah.
yes.
With Tabitha the Goat. By the way, my niece Tabitha got a kick out of that.
Oh, he
fact
was,
that-
wasn't he?
Yes, and by the way, my nieces, my youngest niece, she got very upset about what happened to Glenn and Abraham.
Oh.
My oldest niece, she got mad. Because they're fans of The Walking Dead. 17 and 14 years old. They love The Walking Dead.
You know, I knew it all along, and then I read a Q&A about this episode that was spot on, that told you exactly, basically what was going to happen, and it was flawless. There was not a mistake in it. Like 20 minutes late into the episode, you'll find out, you know, you'll see the first kill, and even down to the hand fake out, the arm fake out with Carl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were a few little things that I wondered about. How was Maggie going to react? Because it was my theory that Maggie was going to be pissed at Rick.
Well, the thing is that it's not Rick's fault, though. It was
No,
Daryl's fault.
Some people are now saying, I hate Daryl now because he's the one that caused Glenn to be killed,
Right, but if he knew in a million years that his doing something was going to get somebody else killed and not him, he would have kept it together. It's Negan's fault.
Probably some fans would have preferred it was Daryl that got killed
I
instead of Glenn.
I don't know. I saw a spoiler on The Walking Dead on my Facebook timeline. Some guy has some connections, and he posted a photo. Should I mention who was in that photo? It's spoiler, major spoiler alert. Henry, should I?
Sorry.
Should I?
I'm neutral.
Henry?
No. You know what? Since we're posting spoilers anyway, since we're giving out spoilers about this past episode, and people should have watched it by now.
Well, they shouldn't be watching this at all.
Yeah, they should be watching this at all. Exactly. All right, so I'll give you the spoiler. So the picture was of a dummy that looked like Daryl with his guts hanging out.
Oh,
Really?
that's from a movie. That's actually from a movie.
That's old.
That he was in. Yeah, that's old. That's actually from a movie he was in.
He's like in a stairway or something.
Yeah. Hanging up.
Yeah, that's clickbait. That's just clickbait. Don't worry about that. That's an old picture.
Got my hopes up for nothing.
They've been doing that for quite a few years now. They've done that, picture. Yeah, I've seen that picture. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Now, Alan, one thing I was telling Shane is they basically shot Glenn's death panel for panel from the comics. Even where we see Negan, when we see Negan with Lucille behind him, he's bending down talking to Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
August from the comics and everything. It was just the eye
Except
popped
that
out.
one little addition to the line after he says Maggie.
I will find you. Yeah, that wasn't in the comics.
That, and it's interesting because Lauren Cohen interpreted it one way, and I saw Stephen Yeun interpret it a different way, which is how I did. Because the guy's brain damaged by then. He probably doesn't even know what the hell is going on. It's just Glenn instinct. Like, I'm far away from you now. Something's happening, but I'll find you. You know, like Glenn just continuing on as he's dying and doesn't even realize it. Like kind of like Gus having automatic reflexes when his brain gets a hit.
Yeah.
And it's just Glenn instinct.
Oh yeah, Gus, the one that Shane killed in season 2.
The one that no, I'm sorry, I just switched to Breaking Bad. I'm talking Breaking Bad Gus.
Yeah, Gus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When he gets his head blown off and then he takes his tie and loosens it up.
Right.
Yeah.
So Glenn's saying, okay, I'm going to, like, figure something out and find you. Is kind of like brainstem reflex for Glenn, like Gus straightening his tie.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, I don't think he means I'll find you in some afterlife. I think he really is still trying to problem solve and let her know that he's working on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't even know he's gone. I'd love to know what the writers feel about that line. I just know it broke my heart. And like I said, I knew this, and I had to know. I don't do this with shows normally, but I knew this was going to hurt. So
yeah. Well, I think it was a great way to open up the season because season 6 was so convoluted. It was so everywhere. They had all these cliffhangers. They had the fake out, and they had the disappointing season finale. So if they can keep this throughout the entire season 7, then I think we're going to be in the best season yet.
And of course,
they can keep this momentum going.
Yeah, the sub story with the underlying story with this episode was also Negan attempting to break Rick. He takes him, puts him in the RV. They drive out, and then he throws the axe up on the roof of the RV. Go get my axe.
Now I thought he threw it outside of the RV, not on the roof. I thought he just threw it out on the ground.
Oh, I thought he did too.
That's what initially I thought that, but then I remembered. Oh wait, he actually did this.
Oh, and then he pushed him out.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. And then I saw the axe on the roof of the RV. I was like, how did an axe get up there?
He threw it up there. That's how it happened. He threw it up there. We see Rick, going through and thinking about everybody, and then, of course, he remembers while he's up on the roof of the RV. He remembers. That's when we see the deaths and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's when we see the flash. Well, not actually a flashback, but more of a hallucination of Negan killing everybody. Carl, Daryl, Abraham, everybody. And I thought that was great. I really did.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, apparently they filmed a bunch of death scenes. I don't know if you guys saw the one of Maggie that leaked the day of the episode.
I didn't see that.
The one of Maggie was more involved than the glimpse we saw in the episode. He slams her on the head, says, "Oh, taking it like a champ." And, she gets back up and she just kind of spits at him. And then he gets her again. Wow. Somebody's got some trucks going by. Or motorcycle?
Probably a motorcycle.
Is it warm for you? Because I don't have any windows open here.
Oh, I got a window open.
Yeah. They're talking about a high of 88 on Monday here. I mean, that's ridiculous. For Halloween, yeah.
It is 59 here.
I wish it was. Well, it gets cool here at night, but then it gets hot. It gets warm during the day, but on this next weekend. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like Henry, you said this is the episode that breaks Rick, and it broke Rick.
Yeah, it did.
So basically Rick is no longer the leader of this whole group. Negan is.
Yeah.
And Rick is just his assistant, Negan's assistant, right-hand man.
Yeah, well, one thing I thought was interesting. We saw at the beginning, we saw where he talked about, giving what was Rick armed with? What do you have?
An axe and a hatchet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes Rick to the RV, and I'm thinking, what is he going to do? At first, he was going to cut his hand off. Much like it was the governor in the comics that cuts Rick's right hand off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That preview convinced me after a while Rick would not lose his hand. And then I read he would not lose his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then, of course, he's telling Rick to go for it.
Later in the comics, right?
Well, worse than that, though, I think is what they thought, was trying to get Rick to, cut off Carl's arm. That's the real torture. The idea being Rick's like, would be like, fine, take my hand. But not Carl's. Coral's.
Oh, by the way, did y'all see that meme of Rick asking Carl what Glenn's favorite restaurant was?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Eyes.
Oh, that was horrid.
Right,
and they used footage from like one of the other worst moments of their lives, where they're outside the prison after Lori dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's where that was from. Yeah. But
I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
Rick tried to. He was going to get the axe, and then Negan was ready for him. He had his machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Rick jumped off the roof and grabbed onto that corpse that was hanging from the bridge.
Oh yeah, that's the same corpse that they put up there on the season finale too.
Yes, same one. And then he's hanging on, and all of a sudden the neck starts snapping.
That was brutal. That was cool.
Essentially, Negan kind of saved his life, so to speak, with his gun. And then he locks him out.
Yeah.
And then he finally lets him back in. So, and then of course the moment where
there's no point for Negan to kill Rick. He needs Rick.
Yeah. And Negan, see, that was a test, and I thought to myself, with him, testing Rick about cutting Carl's arm off, I said, this is probably a test.
Oh, but I love the suspense on it, though. And then Carl just say, Dad, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
Oh, I know.
I mean, Rick was crying. I mean, he literally blew a snot bubble. Rick did, so. But I mean, like I say, that was a test, and then near the end we see Maggie. She's wanting to take Glenn's body to the hilltop, and there's
sorry.
Oh, and they're saying, let us help you, and she's at first she's resistant to it, but then he realizes that so eventually she embraces Carl.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm
still messing up. Sorry.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can
say yes.
All right.
We can see you too, and we're getting dizzy.
I'm sorry. My computer just won't use the camera, so I've been messing with this the whole time and downloading the app for this. And I'll try to hold it steady.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, and then eventually she realized they're trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
They're and we see Rosita and Sasha and Eugene, tending to
Eugene
Abraham's
carried
body.
off Abraham's body,
Flip it upside down. Sorry.
which I thought was fitting. I think that was great.
I know, because Abraham and Eugene had that bromance.
Yeah.
Which was great. I mean, remember, Abraham beat the hell out of Eugene after he found out Eugene lied to them.
You almost killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
then eventually they formed a bond.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maggie's going to take what's left of Glenn to the hilltop, because I think we are going to see Maggie leave the hilltop. I think
Leave.
Lead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she won't
Like
be
in the
back in
comics.
Alexandria. She'll be at the hilltop.
No. Yeah.
What they're saying about this whole episode and this death in particular is that they tried to think of ways not to kill Glenn, but they said that like everything that happens because of this is like a sweater, and if you pull a thread, it starts to unravel, and it pulled a lot of threads.
Mm-hmm.
And it was essential that Glenn die in order to
Yeah.
go on.
Glenn has to die so Maggie can go and lead the hilltop.
Yes.
Because that gives her the reason why she's the leader of the hilltop.
That's the catalyst, see.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that heartbreaking scene near the end where it looks like a future, some kind of a future.
Oh yeah, the No Happy Sundays.
Where they're all sitting around the table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we see Glenn with his son. Oh gosh. Oh my God. Yeah, that was great. I'm not sure why they did that, but I think it was great. I mean, Greg Nicotero directed the hell out of this episode.
And we see Glenn and Abraham kind of exchange a look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Predictions for tomorrow night.
We are going to see the kingdom. We are going to see Ezekiel and his tiger.
Definitely.
I want to know how they do the tiger.
So
I wonder if it's going to be CG or if it's going to be a real tiger.
It's CGI.
Oh gosh.
It's going to be CG?
CGI.
Ah.
For sure. Definitely. Sorry.
And I mean, we're going to see more advancement of the storyline. We'll probably see Negan knocking on the door. We see Rick.
They teased it. Scott Gimple teased it last week and said it's going to be a funny episode.
Scott Gimple's hard to read. He said, well, especially compared to last week.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm down with that. I still need some debriefing with these characters, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of these people who are just involved in this hard episode. And it's going to be, it may be entirely Morgan and Carol, or almost entirely.
Well, the thing is, we're going to see these parallel storylines. We're going to see the kingdom. We're going to see the stuff with Negan.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see...
In the teaser, Rick says that he's no longer in charge and Negan's in charge. So we got to see how that plays out, too.
Right, yeah. But like I said, we're going to see these parallel storylines. We're going to see the kingdom. We're going to see the hilltop.
Mm-hmm.
Tara is still out on a supply run.
Yeah, what's with Tara? The writers forgot about her.
Isn't she? I think the actress was having a baby.
Oh, I think I heard that too. Even the black dude is still gone.
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah, Heath. Yeah, where's Heath?
Heath, yeah.
Heath, man. They need to bring Heath back, man. Yeah. I am glad though they didn't kill off Aaron. That's one thing I'm glad about because I like him.
Hmm. Well, it's still time. It's only the first episode.
I know. Well, he and Daryl have kind of formed a bond also.
Hmm.
Kind of a bromance with Daryl and Aaron. So I'm glad they didn't kill him off at least.
Who? Aaron?
Yeah.
I like Aaron.
I like Aaron.
But I would have kept Dave.
I do too.
Who's gonna say things like Bisquick and pancakes and stuff?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say
Negan is the comedian now.
Well, it fits. I mean, he was a comedian.
Negan's gonna get all the one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh, she is a vampire bat.
I really didn't like that line. I really didn't.
I liked. I kind of had to. Oh God, I can't say. Yeah. When he. What's his name? Daryl. You know, that actually kind of fits. Like, yeah, he looks like a Daryl.
yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, Negan's going to get all the one-liners. I don't think we're going to see another major death tomorrow night.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Too soon.
No, not.
I think we're going to be scattered all over the place, and I think it's going to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I think we may not see a lot of these characters that just went through all this crap for a while. Excuse me. It's not like we're going to see Maggie next week dealing with this, Sasha, everybody. You know, you would think we'll have funerals, but I don't know. They've had a tendency to scatter the episodes around, and now with so much going on, you got Hilltop, the Saviors, you got the Kingdom, and you got Alexandria, and God else knows what else you're gonna have. You know?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the Kingdom tomorrow night, and we're going to see Carol sort of. She's still recovering, so help her out. Which is interesting because remember, Morgan and Carol had that adversarial relationship in Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's interesting to see them kind of all of a sudden coming together for the sake of survival.
Yeah. Now, are they going to, drop the bombshell for Morgan and Carol? Are they going to find out that Glenn and Abraham is dead?
I don't know when they're going to find out.
Is Terry going to find out?
In the preview, Morgan's saying that they'll hang out at this kingdom for about a week. So Carol's better, and then they'll go back to Alexandria. Mm-hmm. Now, that's Morgan's idea. I think Carol is still on this kick where she can't go back to Alexandria because then she has to kill people, which is stupid because she has to kill people either way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather have Carol have this meltdown than the kind of meltdown she had in the comic.
Mm-hmm.
Because that results in no Carol. So I guess I'll take that.
This is only the first episode.
Oh, and here's the other thing that I've noticed about criticisms about this show. People are saying that by now they're a little tired of every time they think that the group is safe and they can move on, that they have to come up against something even harder like this, and they have to deal with this crap. And that this is season 7. We should have a cure by now. People should be working together, and then you go back to what Negan said. What did you think this is going to be? Sunday dinners with the family? This is anarchy. This is like, maybe this is a story about the extinction of the human race. Maybe there isn't a happy ending here. You know?
Yeah.
But people like jump and ship that this is too much. Like, really? You watched an apocalyptic TV show and you want happy endings? I mean, I get it. Some of my favorite moments were when things worked out. When Maggie and Glenn find each other. When Carol and Tyrese get Judith back to Rick, Carl, and, reunions like that make me happy. But I can't expect it. It's,
Right.
Speaking
Yeah.
of babies, Maggie, miscarriage. Does she have that miscarriage? Or does she already have the miscarriage she didn't even know?
I don't know. I worry because of the logistics of having 2 babies on set.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe that's a little too much. If she
Right.
loses the baby is the only thing she's got left of her entire family in the world.
Yeah.
She lost her
That's the only thing she got left from Glenn.
of any family. She lost Beth, her
Mhm.
father, her stepmother, her mother, her brother. Now Glenn. The baby is the
So
last
another
link.
sister that was killed when they evacuated the farm.
Right. Oh, another sister? I thought it was a brother.
Yeah.
She had I think she had what? I know it was Beth and some other girl. Was her
Really?
sister.
Another sister.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she had another sister.
Yeah, 2 sisters and a couple of brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of brothers? I thought it was a brother and a mom, a stepmom. Because it would be Beth's mom. And her mom was out of the picture already.
Yeah, she had another sister, and when they were evacuating the farm at the end of season 2, so it was just Herschel, Maggie, and Beth.
Yeah, because Maggie and Beth don't have the same mother.
Lacey. Okay, Lacey was her sister. Arnold was a
Yeah.
brother. Billy was a brother. Rachel, sister. Susie's sister. That's the comics. But in the TV adaptation was just Beth, was her half-sister.
Right.
And then Joseph and Annette, stepmother Annette, and Josephine the mom. And then
Well, but
Herschel.
there was another sister.
Yeah, in the comics.
Well, in the show too, because she was killed when they were abandoning the farm, when they had to evacuate the farm. In season 2.
I can't remember her name. I think I remember who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name, but I remember there was another sister. I do remember that.
I'm still screwing with my my computer drivers. It's been so long. I haven't used a webcam, and it says I don't have one. I'll just sit back and do this.
All right.
But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this episode. I mean, I think we covered all the major points.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think tomorrow they're going to have them separated again. They're going to be separated.
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to go off on the separate ways.
You know,
Maggie's probably going to go to Hilltop.
Sorry, getting comfortable.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I had to get comfortable. Yeah, I think it might be a light episode just because this was so devastating. Like, give us some comic relief.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think we'll see Negan again tomorrow?
Ooh,
Tomorrow, I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure
Negan,
about that.
at the end of the this episode, Negan gave him a week to get everything together, and tomorrow has been a week. But I don't know if it's the same timeline or what. But he said you got a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got other things to deal with too, and so I don't know. Maybe we won't even. I mean, you would think that we're going to see some sort of funeral for them. They're not just going to talk about it all in past tense, like, yeah, we buried their bodies and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that whatever they had planned for season 2 originally has become, not season 2, episode 2 has become episode 3, and episode 3 is now 2, which is Carolyn.
They reversed the order.
Yeah, I think yeah. But, I don't feel like I need to know what happens anymore. I don't need to brace my heart just yet. I think it'll be a while before they kill somebody that we care about.
Yeah.
But you cannot, that's one thing about that show. If you did not watch it when it was on, then you were not going to be able to find out for yourself. You could not exist. That was like an explosive reaction.
When they first did Abraham, I was like, oh God, they're just going to kill Abraham and be a cop-out.
You thought it was Daryl. I saw your posts.
Yeah, I did Glenn and Daryl. I got half right.
Yeah. No.
I got half right.
I was arguing with some guy wrote an article saying that Glenn was going to go first and then Abraham, and I'm like, are you high? I didn't say it that way, but.
And then when they did Glenn, I was like, thank God they got some balls and they're going to take this season and run with it. Because last season, I hated last season. It was so convoluted. That was everywhere last season. This season, I think now they got the momentum to have a great season.
It's gonna shift. It's gonna shift a lot.
It is. It's good. It's, like I say, I said this about the character 6 months ago, and I'll say it again. Negan is going to change the dynamic of the show.
Yeah.
Direction of the show.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And they could not have picked a better actor to play him either. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, just absolutely terrific. He's just he's so good. He's just so good at this kind of stuff.
He was on Grey's Anatomy, and he was a sweet guy, and it was a love story, and the poor guy died. He had heart problems, and so I just picture all these Grey's Anatomy chicks turning on The Walking Dead to see this guy, like, night and day. Night and day. Unbelievable.
And if this first episode with Negan and Rick, we're going to have some great moments with Negan and Rick together ahead of us.
This was probably the best casting choice since Deadpool, since Ryan Reynolds.
Look out for great moments between Negan and Carl.
Yeah, because in the comics, they kind of form a bond.
Kind of. Isn't it a weird sort of Negan is the captive sort of bond?
Something like that. Yeah, I'd have to go back and read about that. But I do know that there is a bit of a bond between Negan and Carl in the comics.
Because Carl's got to come into his own now. I mean.
Yeah.
We got to usher him into like actual full-on adulthood because he's just about there. The actor's 16. So
yeah, Chandler Riggs. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be in some great scenes.
He was complaining today. Well, not complaining. He was joking, laughing at it on Twitter that somebody yelled at him that it should have been you. And I gave him some words of encouragement because I mean one of the most heartwarming parts of that whole episode was when Maggie and Carl had that hug.
I know, yeah.
And, that's another big thing. Maggie is just freaking amazing. And honestly, if you said, okay, get rid of Maggie or get rid of Glenn, I'd have to say Glenn. Only because he got kind of flat as a character.
I think they did all they could with Glenn.
Yeah.
He's not the happy, funny, jokey guy he used to be, or he's not anybody anymore. But you know what I mean? Where Maggie is like this rock, and even with all this going on, she gets up.
She's like Carol.
Like, all right, we got to do this. We got to do this. You got to get ready to kill him. I've got to get to Hilltop, and she doesn't just crumple into a pile like she rightfully should.
This right there was her Carol moment.
She's had lots of Carol moments. She's strong and practical, which is, Hilltop leader material.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Stop now.
All right. I think that's all. That's all for this episode for The Walking Dead. I cannot wait until tomorrow night. Let's get down with Breaking Bad and Madrigal.
This
And
was awesome. This was a great
good
episode. I love this was great. Yeah, I love this episode of Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
This
Yeah, so-
executive for Madrigal at the beginning, he's got these tater tots in a bowl. Got these
Tater tot.
research.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the teaser.
Of what?
Got these research these taste testers, as it were, and they've got all these different sauces, there in front of him.
Agent Kick-Ass is one of them.
Yeah, Mesquite
French.
BBQ and
French. Yeah.
French. Yeah. I was like, yeah, what's going on here? I mean, I've seen the episode before, but it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But, what's going on here? And then, he goes in the bathroom and he hooks up that thing to his mouth. And
The defibrillator and electrocutes
Yeah.
himself. Yeah, I didn't really understood why he did that. I mean, was he? I know the Madrigal was supposed to be the umbrella company for Los Porros Hermanos.
Well, because he knew the shit had hit the fan. That woman
Yeah.
comes in and whispers. I mean, and it looked like he already kind of knew because he wasn't in the best of moods.
Mm-hmm.
He was just sort of going through the motions, or maybe that's the way he always was. But she whispers that there's like 3 guys for him. And by now,
Mhm.
he must know that Spring's gone, the lab is toast, and that can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that much.
You notice they were taking the Los Pollos Hermanos sign down.
Oh, because that was happening as he walked in, right?
Yeah, that was happening
Right.
as soon as you get to the defibrillator.
Yeah. And then we see the guys in his office, and we see a picture of him with Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he's screwed. And he doesn't want to get in
Mhm.
trouble, so he's opting out.
Okay, I got you now. Because I wasn't for sure if the guy was in on this whole meth empire business.
Right. When I remember first watching that episode, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what's this? Who's this? I don't care. Get back to everybody else. Like not letting them tell me a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it really wasn't. I don't know if it was necessary to show this guy. Maybe it was
Because this is the only time we hear or see him.
right. Well, I think
Mhm.
she meant but I think it's to put the human side and the idea that this is really global. This is huge.
Yeah.
And here's what happens to other people. It's better than just saying, oh, well, Los Pollos was just part of a larger conglomerate.
Mhm.
You show the human side to it. People are being taken in. And now Lydia's flipping the hell out.
Now,
Yeah,
could
but
this tie in? Now,
this
in a
was
few
actually our
episodes
introduction.
later, we hear Lydia saying that they was trying to go to the Czech Republic. Could this dude be the whole focal point of them going to the Czech Republic?
Well, this episode was our introduction to Lydia. We had never seen her before.
Yeah.
This was our introduction to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I mean, it was brilliant. The writing, of course, Vince Gilligan wrote this episode. So,
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
and I thought that
did you just say this is Lydia's first episode? Oh my God. Okay. It's been a while since I've been
It
watching.
was.
All right.
This was Lydia's first episode. Yes, right. And I thought it was cool when she walks into the Mike's restaurant, the cafe.
Oh, that was funny.
The same place on Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Same waitress too.
And we see another Better Call Saul tie-in, the little piggy,
Same waitress.
the little animatronic piggy.
Right. Yeah. And of course, but we're going to get more into Mike when he's being interviewed by Hank and Gomi.
Mm-hmm.
Face expression never changes.
Yeah.
Don't play poker with Mike because he will never give anything away.
Mm-hmm. And so this episode is basically the aftermath of all Gus's work. And
Yeah.
basically, where is Walt and Jesse's going to go on from here? And how are they going to do that?
Right. These are a lot of loose ends and details that Walt never really thought of. Well, I mean, understandably, because he was sort of in fear for his life and his family's lives.
Mm-hmm.
But, he left a lot of threads dangling in this.
Yeah.
That they had to deal with already. The camera, the guys that are shutting up, and anybody else involved in this, including Lydia.
Yeah.
But see, after we see the Madrigal stuff, we see Walter and Jesse looking for that rice and cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the rice
awful,
and cigarette.
Or,
awful,
actually, Walter is going through the motions of looking for the rice and cigarette because Huell had already stolen it from Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gave it to Saul, and Saul gave it to him.
Yeah.
And he stuck
Saul gave
it
it
in
to
the light
Walter.
socket.
Yeah, he stuck it in the light socket. This is the first time we see him stuck it in the light socket.
Or the electrical outlet, whatever.
The outlet.
And
Good
then when they were searching Jesse's apartment, all of a sudden, they don't find it. Then that Roomba comes in.
Yeah, so what Walt did was make a fake rice and cigarette and planted it in the Roomba
and
so that Jesse can find it.
Put on a hell of a show.
Ah.
A hell of a show. He did on that. Yeah. He's on when they have the phone conversation. You see Walt pouring the salt into the vial.
Mm-hmm.
So that and sticking it in the cigarette so he can find it, quote unquote, at Jesse's house. And now Jesse is a freaking wreck. So because Walt's thinking that, people screw up if they lose things, especially small things. No big deals, no worries. But Jesse has really, really paid attention to this thing every single day. And he knows it. And the only thing he can think of is he's losing his ever-freaking mind. And that he almost killed Walt over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right, yeah.
This is not fixing a lot. This is going to continue to nag at Jesse. We'll see it come up again.
Yeah. And then the reaction after Jesse found the fake cigarette, my God, he was just emotionally devastated. And he was, crying and saying, I'm sorry, I almost killed you. I'm sorry for accusing you of poisoning Brock.
And I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like a dementia patient.
Yeah.
And Walter was kind of trying to act like the fatherly figure. He's massaging Jesse's shoulders, and trying to reassure him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants him to get past it and forget it.
Yeah.
But Jesse can't because
I have to wonder how much genuine emotion or how much genuine concern there was from Walt at that point.
Probably fake emotion.
More that he
That's what I'm thinking.
Wanted him to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
he
realized Jesse wasn't going to drop this.
Yeah.
Jesse's on the phone going over it and over it and over it. And Walt had to do something to try to put this to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he really went all out. I mean,
one good thing. Oh, sorry, Ellen. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. He even tried to suggest it was burned up in the lab. But
Jesse still can't fathom that. He has to be reassuring.
He does.
Everybody misplaces things, absentmindedly puts them somewhere else. And what we take from this is Jesse didn't do that. He had a ritual. He was so careful.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is it's scaring him. He thinks there's something wrong with his brain, that he almost killed Walt over it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't dismiss it as, I screwed up. I'm human. I made a mistake. I got distracted. I don't know what I did with it. But somewhere inside him, he knows that is not true.
And see, Jesse, I don't think wanted anybody to find that cigarette. Number one, because they could be tied to him if somebody gets poisoned by it. Number two, he'd feel guilty if somebody did get poisoned by it.
That's his big thing. What if a kid finds it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He was scared about that, and so that there's Walt manipulating Jesse's emotions and kind of brainwashing him and just manipulating him, and poor Jesse, he has it at a time when he just starts to feel like he's good at stuff, I think, or he's about to get there. But
yeah, he's almost there.
This is a guy who's got a lot of trouble with self-confidence, and this does not help. And he just feels like the biggest loser right now.
Yeah.
And the reaction of Walt, he was just like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Okay, we're gonna go make some more meth."
Right.
It was that quick.
It was, and of course, he eventually, Walt, Jesse go visit Mike. My man Mike. I think we're all big fans of Mike Ehrmantraut here. We just love Mike. He's awesome.
Mike had a busy episode.
This is more of a Mike episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and of course they're trying to convince Mike to, to partner up with them. Walt's trying to convince Mike, and Mike's like, I'm not interested. Because
this reminds me of the very first time Gus and Walt sit down. And Walt is taking place of Gus. He is the new Gus.
He is.
Except he's the one trying to talk Mike into something that Mike is a little wary of.
Yeah. A little role reversal.
In that sense, Mike is Gus. Like, you never trust a ticking time bomb,
Great line by Mike.
Yes. Yeah, you're a ticking time bomb. Tick.
And he's right about that. Walt is a ticking time bomb.
I'll be around for the boom.
But that said, this is the episode where the money gets.
The money is in the DEA hands, basically.
Right.
Kaylee's money is gone.
Mike needs to replace that money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just like Walt, he said he's lost $40,000. He needs to replace that $40,000.
40,000?
Yeah.
Who?
Walt. He's 40,000 in debt.
He is?
Yeah, he brought that up. Yeah, he brought it up during the meeting with Saul.
Really?
Because he said that Skylar took half of it to pay off Ted Beneke.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where's the rest? Because he didn't do the disappearer guy. There was money in that basement. In that
I don't know. They said that Skylar gave Ted over $600,000, and he's 40.
Yeah.
And he's 40,000 in debt.
Wow. Okay, I don't remember that. Maybe he's exaggerating a little because he still was rolling in money down there. It just wasn't enough. I don't know where the debt comes from. I don't know who we would owe. He's killed Gus.
What interesting was when,
Walt also pay for Hank's physical therapy.
Or maybe the startup.
Yeah.
Maybe the restartup. Or they haven't even gotten that far yet.
They haven't restarted up yet. They're talking with Saul about to restart up because they don't have the metformin yet.
Right. One thing I thought was interesting was when Walt stood up to shake Mike's hand. I thought, is Mike? I couldn't remember if Mike shook his hand or not, but he did.
Oh, wait a minute! Last episode, there was a money problem when it came to the magnet, and Jesse had to cough up Walt's share
Mm-hmm.
to get that to buy. It was buying the magnet because they lost it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And of course I love the continuity where they mention the magnet in this episode. They mention the fact that the computer was ruined.
Yeah, they did. The continuity was great.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
Which is perfect.
Mhm.
of course it was great to see Hank and Gomi, but of course on his way out, Agent Merker,
Mhm.
so because he was, and he mentioned, he said he had a barbecue where he had Gus out to his house. He kind of fell on his sword, you might say. And he was on his way out, so Hank kind of became his replacement.
Yep.
So
Hank was right all along. They were going, this is far-fetched. This is far-fetched.
Mhm.
And you know what? Hank is getting a little more mature about this because he's really serious about this case. This isn't just about being macho, winning, solving the case. Even downstairs in that lab, we saw that last week, right? Well, in last episode. Gomi's like, all right, just get it out of your system before you need dialysis or something. Like, go ahead, brag. Say I told you so.
Mhm.
He's not like that. It's not about, hey, I was right all along. He's a
right.
much more mature guy right now.
Mhm. Yeah, he's solely on that case. He wants to basically take that case down and put it in the book.
Yeah, he does. I mean, of course, I love the dynamic between Hank and Gomi, just because you can tell they're friends. Just, good-natured teasing between them and all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how guys are when they're friends. There's a little bit of good-natured teasing that goes on between them.
They're just like Rick and Shane.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
parallel, Ellen. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, let's see here. So Mike meets with Lydia for the very first time in this episode, and she wants to kill those guys.
All of them.
All of them.
But
Yeah.
she's like, I'm not saying that, but if you think it would be wise, that's yeah. And Dwayne, oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't even see you there. And of course,
oh yeah,
the waitress Fran already knows Mike.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that was great.
Same waitress from Better Call Saul too.
Mhm.
Mhm. I have a friend. Well, she's an online friend since I don't know, the 90s or at least around 2000, who lives in New Mexico, and she has been in the extra pool for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul now. She just recently went for Better Call Saul. She didn't get to get used, but she saw Mike and Saul and Harry and the guy who's taking care of Chuck. But oh my god, the scene that she didn't make in Breaking Bad will blow you away. One of the bar flies in that bar in New Hampshire, and she ended up not being in it. She was right there.
Oh,
I would have been mad too. I would have been upset.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
That would have been great.
The next to last episode, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, you should have been the one on the phone, handing it to. But hey,
that would have been
get
cool.
on set and get paid for whatever they get paid just to show up. So that's cool. Too far away for me.
Yeah, it is. If I
But,
had the money, I would definitely go down to Albuquerque and see if we can be an extra.
So Mike is just like totally taking care of business left and right. He's getting pelted.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting pelted. He's got Lydia, wants to take down the guys. He's got Gomi and
BA is after
breathing
him.
down his ass. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know anything about anything. He doesn't even want a lawyer. He's being really cool about it.
Like I say, the stone face. I mean, like I say, don't play poker with Mike.
Yeah.
Do not play poker with Mike. He won't give you a thing.
Then he's got to go kill. I forget, how does he get tipped off? Oh, that's right. Chow calls him and says, "Oh, I have to talk to you in person." Yeah, Mike's got that down, and brilliant way of distracting and sneaking up on his would-be assailant.
Mm-hmm.
And
now,
then,
did Mike kill Chow?
Yes.
Or okay.
No, it was the other guy.
Because I know he killed the other guy, but did he kill Chow?
No, Chow was already dead. Chow was already dead when Mike got there.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, because I thought maybe he would have killed Chow and then killed him.
Well, it wasn't. It was the
But
other
Chow
guy.
was already dead. Okay.
Yeah, Chow was already dead.
Yeah, and this guy got his
Because
collected money.
if you see Chow from behind, you can see a little blood on the couch.
That was
there.
a great camera shot. You see Chow's head blown off, and then Mike and the other dude right next, side by side.
Yeah.
Great camera shot.
No, Mike didn't do that.
Calm conversation.
Did that?
Yeah, you're right. But very calm conversation. Mike does not take pleasure in this. This isn't like, oh, goody, I get to do this today.
Mm-hmm.
This is shit he doesn't want to have to do, but he has to do it.
Yeah.
And the guy explains his story. I need the money, she offered me $30,000 for you. And he goes, I know. You ready? And then done. No Negan kind of torture.
Just boom, boom, boom.
You need to go because you're a threat to me.
Yep.
Period. And then he's got to go to Lydia.
Ooh, yeah, Lydia. Great scene too.
Yep.
Oh.
It was.
Oh, and what she said was like, that's her first episode, huh?
Yeah.
Such a blemish on her character that even Mike was like, what? When she said, oh, my daughter has to find me dead.
Mm-hmm.
She has to know I didn't just leave her. That's just a little. Because the girl's like what, 5, maybe?
At least 5 or 6.
And
maybe a tad bit younger.
So okay, let's say Lydia dies. Somebody else is gonna raise this little girl as their own. The little girl knows her real mommy's not dead, but she gets a nice new life, presumably. Let's be optimistic. And she doesn't have to have memories of finding her dead mother.
No.
A child
absolutely
doesn't
not.
have to see the dead body to feel the loss. And I just, as a mother, I remember hearing her say that, and I was like, what? And even Mike, you want your daughter to find your dead body?
That's Lydia's crazy.
That was very self-centered.
She's crazy. She wants these 11 people killed, which they ultimately end up getting killed anyway, in a great scene that I cannot wait to talk about.
I think it's next week, isn't it? The next episode.
Oh, is it the next episode? The whole...
Already? Oh, no,
I believe so.
Wait a minute. We have to go through hazard pay first, don't we?
Next episode is hazard pay.
Okay. That's when the money issue comes up.
Yeah.
And that's what gets Walt's brain churning on how to save this money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a little bit...
No, it's the episode after Mike dies. Because Mike has to die, and then that's when Walt carries it out.
You're right.
Right, yeah, dang.
Yes.
It's further down the line. Yeah,
because he can't do that with Mike alive.
Yeah, he cannot
Right.
kill these people when Mike's alive. Yeah.
I forgot it was further down the line. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hazard pay. It will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, next week's going to be a lot of fun. Skylar in this episode is depressed. She's just laying around in the bed.
Yeah. Her husband is like not what she signed up for.
Hmm.
Walter is kind of trying to encourage her a little bit.
Yeah.
Now remind me, because I put this on, but I had a lot going on. Is this at the end of the episode where he forgives her?
I think so.
Because that's big. It ends.
It is. It is. He said he was talking about Ted, and he said, "I'll pass."
I'll pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll pass. It'll pass. I mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that he forgives her.
Hmm.
Because that was a big thing. I mean, it was so big, they made it the very last line of the whole episode.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be sort of like a shock. Like, who? You forgive what? Who? Because here's Skylar going, my husband set a bomb off in a nursing home. He's in a big stuff here. This is not good.
Hmm.
And he's forgiving her.
Mm-hmm.
She's scared. She already said last week, right, that she was scared.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what to do here. She knows. She right now, besides Jesse, and Mike. Oh, okay, and Saul. That they're the people who know that Walt killed Gus.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people out there that don't know that.
Yeah.
And that includes obviously Marie and Hank. And to Skylar, this is a huge, huge secret. This is something she just can't talk to her sister about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to keep it to herself.
And she's got two kids, and she's wondering how dangerous is he.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other people that are out for him that he's going to have to try to
kill? Yeah.
Yeah. So, very, very.
Yeah.
It started with that line in season 4. I won, and there's been a shift now in Walt's ego and in Skylar's fear. She's still in the dark about most things. She only finds out stuff if there's no other way. Yeah.
She usually finds out at the last minute.
Yeah. And then there's stuff that she should know that she doesn't, and they have issues like what to do with that money in the crawl space. Where she says, save our ass, and he's going, save our lives, but neither of them have spoken to the other about these things. Excuse me. It sounds like Hillary Clinton, but I'm actually getting over walking pneumonia.
Are you just pneumonia?
So much fun of her, and now I had walking pneumonia.
Oh my god. It has been a crazy 6 months.
Yeah. I should have even said that. Let's not even go there. I just want it over.
Yeah.
It's the finish line's coming up.
We have been just pelted with information, some of it useful, some of it useless. Just, I am so weary.
And who would ever thought that Donald Trump was the one guy that was going to bring all this out? If he didn't run, none of this would have came out.
About her, you mean? No,
yeah.
It would have come out no matter who.
Yeah.
It's a rough year. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I'm concentrating on a particular ballot question in my state that I'm enthusiastic about, and I'm just gonna keep my eye on that prize.
I've already early wrote it, so.
I'm about to Monday, just to get it out of the way. But there's the hint.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in early voting. A lot.
I think a lot of people, I mean, either they're enthusiastic or they just want to get it done.
Probably both.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and they figure long lines on election day. I think that's a great idea because long lines have been a problem in like the primaries and stuff.
Yeah. But
you know,
well, good thing is I live in a little bitty town, which is about our population may top out about 500 to 600. So yeah, we really don't have problems with long lines. When I went to vote in the primaries last spring, there wasn't any problem with long lines. So.
I don't know exactly how many voters. It's got to be at least a few thousand voters out of all the residents in the town. There's only one poll in my town. I kind of worked the outside on primary day. It was busy, but I don't know if there were lines per se, but still, if I go after work on election day, then I'm going prime time after work hours, and God knows you don't want to do that. So.
Yeah. Around lunch or after work is horrible. But I've already early wrote it, so I don't have to worry about it. All right. So next week is Hazard Pay. And then The Well is the next episode for Walking Dead.
It's what you do. Hazard Pay?
Hazard Pay, yep.
It's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to, you don't know what I'm talking about. You remember, but watch American Horror Story for more head bashing if you're into that.
I'm going to have to check that out.
This is a good season. This is a really good season, and you don't have to watch the other seasons necessarily.
Now,
everyone is a
Roanoke.
Yeah.
It's called Roanoke. Salem Witch Trial.
Roanoke. It takes place in North Carolina.
There's got to be a witch trial, because it's basically Roanoke.
My Roanoke Nightmare. It's called. Really interesting. What they do with this season is they do it like a reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your real characters narrating their experiences. Mm-hmm. And then they do the dramatic reenactments using other actors. But everybody is like an actor on the show. It's because
Is Lady Gaga still around in that?
She's in it, and luckily I haven't had to deal with her too much. I don't like her that much.
Because I'm not a big fan of Lady Gaga. And I don't know how she is acting-wise.
There was way too much of the last season. So far, there's only been a little bit at a time. Kathy Lee Bates gets more time, I think, which is awesome. And it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, I mentioned John Carroll Lynch. He was the clown character on there. What was the clown's character's name?
Oh shoot! Oh, the psycho clown. Oh, from Freak Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot.
That was John Carroll Lynch, Eastman. Yeah, that was Eastman.
That was a really weird season too. I forget his name, but yeah, I remember that crazy clown. That was him.
That was
Twisty.
him, yeah.
Yeah, he was a sicko. He was nuts.
What was his name? Twisty.
Twisty, you're right.
Big fun fact. Do you remember the wolf from The Walking Dead?
The wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that helped Denise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is in Gotham as the Mad Hatter.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Yep. Yep, he's playing the Mad Hatter in Gotham.
Now I'm gonna have to play catch up with Gotham.
You got to play catch up. He's actually pretty good. He is great, and best part is his teeth is good. His
Well, I like,
teeth.
of course, B.D. Wong as Professor Strange. Oh yeah, he's really
He's
good.
still there. He's still there. But yeah, the wolf from Walking Dead's in there. I forgot his name.
Nice.
What was that dude's name?
There's one guy we have not seen. Well, it's only the first episode. Jesus on Walking Dead. I imagine we're going to see him at some
Oh,
point
yeah.
again.
We're definitely getting Jesus. Definitely getting Jesus. Some other
Probably
new
next week.
characters. Yeah.
Say, we don't know where Heath
I'm not
is.
like in
We
a
don't, we
rush
don't.
now. I feel sad and relieved right now. Like I could just watch it, not flip out about it. But I not a day has gone by that I have not thought about these characters.
Mhm.
And I have to keep telling myself it's a TV show. It's fictional. It's based on comics. It's all fictional. And I think I had a delayed reaction to it because I was sick and I watched it by myself and I knew it was going to happen anyway.
Mhm.
And then I think when I finished watching Talking Dead, when I got through that whole long Talking Dead, that it hurt me in the feels,
Yeah, but there's two people who are kind of MIA right now. Heath and Tara. Where are they? I know Tara
And
went
let's
on a
look what
supply run.
we see the season trailer. We see Tara.
I know.
We don't see
Yeah, I
the rest.
know.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's going to be hard for Tara because Denise is dead. She doesn't know that.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know about Glenn.